I'm Elisa and I am the Scrappy Wife behind scrappywife.com, and today I have a traveler's notebook process video for you, and I am going to do kind of a new challenge. I'm going to do a speed challenge. So I am behind on my traveler's notebooks. This is my July traveler's notebook. It has exactly one entry in it that I showed a couple weeks ago, and I just feel super behind, and so I have a bunch of pictures printed out down here, and I'm wanting to just scrap fast. So I'm giving myself the challenge of 20 minutes to see how much I can get done in 20 minutes following just really simple patterns and a routine that kind of lets me get pages in and done. And I am planning on I have some embellishments gathered up, a little bit of paper, there's my pictures, a few stamps, and we'll just see what happens. I'm gonna put you all on fast forward so you don't have to sit through all 20 minutes. It'll speed by for you, but we'll just see what happens and we'll talk a little bit about it as we go. Okay, I will say a key to speed scrapping is making sure that you have limited your supplies. And in this case, I was primarily using a pink Paislee collection by Paige Evans called Pick Me Up. And I followed the same kind of procedure on every page. So the first thing I did on most pages were lay down the large elements. In this case, I am picking a piece of the 6x6 notepad paper and placing it in first as the background for my page, and then building the photos on top of that. The large pieces first, and then you can start filling in from that point. So one of the challenges here is that these two pictures are not really necessarily related. One is of a friend and I at a Hugh Jackman concert that we went to this summer, and the other is of my running shoes. I started running again regularly this summer and had a picture of my shoes to document it at some point on Instagram, and wanted to include both of these pictures on the layout. So I tied them together loosely by kind of the category of things I did for me. So I took like a mom date, I guess you'd say, and went out with a friend to go see a fun concert, and then I started running again for me. As soon as I had the paper down, then it was time to put the photos down and the largest embellishments. You can see, for the most part, what I'm doing is working from big to small on this speed scrap. Starting with the larger elements that I wanted on my page and then working down from there. Right here I'm trying to decide, I think I want to matte this photo, and I make a quick decision to go ahead and put it on some blue paper to kind of connect the two blues on either side of the page. I'm really liking the asymmetrical look of how I put that 6x6 paper, and I think it's a fun way to use 6x6 in a traveler's notebook. Sometimes those don't work as well just because they don't fit a whole page, and if you're just matting, you have extra. So kind of cutting out a big block and putting the asymmetrical look is a fun way to use it. Now I'm going through the embellishment pack here. Again, this is Pick Me Up from Pink Paislee, designed by Paige Evans, adding a little bit of tape, and really I'm trying not to second guess any decisions. I'm grabbing and going, if you will, and just kind of layering pieces, adding color. I'm loving the colors for the summer, bright and happy, and both of these events were happy times, so I wanted to make sure to document them. Now, after I have the main embellishments and die cuts on the page, the next step I'm going to do is look into stickers. And if you have been following me recently, you know I've been kind of on this kick of using up supplies. I have a lot of odds and ends as far as stickers go and scrap paper goes, and I want to start using up all of my supplies, clearing out some of these pages. So I happen to have a few Illustrated Faith sticker sheets that I've used for probably over 2 years now. They've been well loved, and just a few stickers left on each sheet. So I pulled them out. They don't necessarily have to do with what's going on in the layout. Luckily, on the left side, I was able to find some music notes, which is appropriate for the concert. But I have the little motor scooter on the right side, and that's okay. It doesn't tie in exactly, but the colors are bright and fun, and it's nice to add that little embellishment and use up a few sticker sheets in the same breath. took my Micron .05 pen and outlined several of the stickers in black. I like doing this a lot. This has kind of been something I've been doing recently. I like how it pops off the page that way. To me, it looks like the sticker is just a little bit more finished. I'm not sure. I just really like the look of it, and something I've been doing a lot lately. I am using my Kelly Creates markers right here to add a title. Now, I will be totally honest, I messed up because I really had wanted to do some scripty hand lettering, and I just started writing, and that's not what came out. I just wasn't focused. I was a little worried about the time. So instead, I used some bold print to add Hugh Jackman Concert as my title over on the left, and you'll see me give my very best attempt at hand lettering on the right side of the page. So if you're following along, I did the largest elements first, then I added pictures and die cuts, then stickers, and now I'm coming back in with markers and journaling. And here I am working again with my Kelly Creates markers and adding in another little title or a subtitle, if you will, and this one is going to say, "Do more of what sets your soul on fire," which is kind of what I'm using to tie these two pages together. I definitely don't claim to be great at hand lettering, but it is something that I am diligently working on in my free time. And if I just waited to use it until I was perfect at it, then so many of my projects wouldn't have that personalized handmade touch. So while I'm still learning and still kind of figuring out how it works, I am not afraid to try it out, especially in my traveler's notebook or really in any of my crafting projects. These are fun. These are for me. After I'm done with the lettering, I come back in with these hearts that are kind of the enamel heart looking stickers. And again, these are leftover stickers that I have had in my stash. There is no telling how many years I've had them in my stash. So I pulled them out and put them all in that box for what I planned to use for my traveler's notebook. I am loving the style of just kind of going for it and not having to plan out too much in advance, but just putting it all on the page, enjoying the moment, remembering those stories that are coming along, because in the end, it's the most important part is remembering the stories, not what the layout looks like. You can see I had kind of lost my timing there, and so I wanted to see what was going on, and man, it went fast. The scrap time went so fast. I thought I was working really quickly, and then it just sped on by. The style on both of these layouts is truly to just fill up all of the white space. So I have a little bit of trapped white space down here at the bottom. I'm going to add some blue grid washi that I had picked up from the Target dollar spot, and then some Amy Tangerine washi that I got with my Happy Planner box this summer, a bright rainbow at the bottom of the page. It's cut off a little bit, but I'll realize that in a second and scoot it on up, and I will call that first layout done. Trying to get another one down, I'm picking some more pictures. Here are some of my boys, and one is when they had their new bunk bed this summer. They kind of upgraded to a big boy room away from toddler beds, and the other is of us being silly. So I'm starting this one truly just with the pictures going down and working from there. I realize I don't have a lot of time left, so I'm working as quickly as I can to get these pictures down and see what else I can include on this page. As I get those onto the page, I realize I've gotten a little bit of adhesive on the open space, but that's okay. It'll end up getting covered up, and I decide to save that picture of my dog for another time. So I've done pictures. Now I'm going to come back with die cuts and picking my die cut pieces, kind of spreading them around the page. You can see I got a little bit off, moved it down a little bit low, but that's okay. You can still see what I'm doing. And I'm just looking and trying to decide what else I need to kind of fill out this page. And I found this cute little hat. It says, "Let the good times roll." And as soon as I found it, I knew I wanted it right there on my son's head. So I added that, and then that kind of inspired me to just go ahead and start putting things down. And that's when you're speed scrapping, I think that's one of the keys, is just start putting things down. Don't second guess yourself. Just roll with what feels good. And I mean, you'll get a lot of pages done quickly. Some of them might not be your favorites, but that's okay. Like I said before, it's more about documenting the memories and not perfectly documenting the memories, because a lot of times I leave projects undone waiting for the perfect time to finish them, and then they're just left undone and that memory is not shared. So this is where I veer from my normal pattern on working through these pages, and I'm adding another large element, even though I've already thought I had done all my large elements, and I just wasn't pleased with all of the white space there at the bottom, so I decided to layer up a couple of pieces from that same Pink Paislee collection, and that way I'm going to use the dark background of those pieces as my journaling spot, and I will journal in a white Signo gel pen to add the story of those pictures. You can see I'm fussing with my timer again, and I'm realizing, oh man, I'm out of time, but I decide it's okay. I'm gonna just keep going because I don't want to leave a layout partway done. So you can see how far I got. That's exactly 20 minutes right there, but that's okay. I'm gonna finish this layout because I don't want to leave it unfinished. However, I think I did pretty good for 20 minutes. I got a lot done, but it's a great challenge. I kind of want to try it again. I wanted to keep going. I really had a lot of momentum at this point, so it was fun. So all the elements on the page, now it's time to go back and look at stickers. Once again, looking at those illustrated faith stickers that I am trying to use up the end of, and not all of them go perfectly, but this sheet was all about love, which was perfect for a layout with my sons all over it. At first, I think I want to use those white enamel hearts, but then I decide I'm going to try to use up all of these colorful enamel hearts here on the bottom, and I go nuts. I get all of the hearts in all of the places, and I decide, well, let's add the journaling. It turned out to be kind of a fun effect to have journaling written in white on one side, and you'll see as I go back to the left side to journal about the new bunk beds, I will journal in my black micron pen. And that's kind of a cool contrast that opened up on my page, and because all of my pictures, except for that one of their bedroom, are black and white, then it's a fun way to kind of bring in that contrast. That brings up another great point that I forgot to bring up earlier, is that for the most part, I am printing my pictures in black and white, and that helps in speed scrapping because you don't have to worry about matching the colors of the photo to your embellishments and your papers. You're more free to just go with whatever color scheme you want. So that's another tip. If you're speed scrapping, try printing your pictures in black and white so that you're able to more easily adjust on the fly. Now I'm trying to decide what to do with this white space over here. I'm maybe going to journal, but then I change my mind and go for some stamps. These are from Pink and Maine that I picked up this summer, and just going to pick a little stamp that says enjoy the candid moments, because of course those are captured in those pictures being silly with my boys. And then I will be able to use the last few heart stickers that I have, cutting off the edge, and this layout is done. Okay, so I went a little bit over 20 minutes. It was 25 minutes for 2 layouts, and it was so fun. It makes me want to just keep going. So thank you so much for joining me in the video today. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, keep it creative.